welcome back to the South Australian Sports Show. I'm Michelle Decker, and it's an amazing opportunity for me to be standing here today with Shane O'Brien. Where are we, Shane? This is an amazing environment at the Vines. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing here today, because you're about to kick off with the Legends Tour.
We are, yes. Today is the first event on the South Australian swing of the PGA Ladbrokes Legends Tour.
Yep.
We're here at the Vines Golf Club at Raynella.
Bit windy.
Oh,
bit windy to kick off.
It is a bit windy, but the course, we had a practice round yesterday. Yeah. The course is in awesome condition.
Yeah.
The greens here are always good. And, look, a little bit of breeze, but that can level the playing field out a bit today.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, you put a good score on the board today and get the week off to a good start. Yeah,
so this is the first. Where do you go from here? So what does the tour look like? It goes from Adelaide to then where? To Queensland?
Queensland in late July. Right. We'll start in late July. We're only here for a week, unfortunately, this year. There's only 3 events. We're here today, Wednesday at Victor Harbour, and then Friday, Saturday, we're at the Blue Lake Golf Course at Mount Gambier for the South Australian Senior PGA. Yeah, then a little bit of time off. Yep. We have an international event at Fiji and Samoa in late June, and then we kick off again at Yeppoon in Queensland in late July.
So you're almost travelling 11, 12 months of the year now, competitively, in a competitive environment?
I'd probably say around about 9 months.
Right.
Yeah, we've had a couple of lengthy breaks over the last few months, and so competitively, like the calendar from March to mid-July, it's a few events here, but not as many as usual. But then second half of the year, from October onwards, we are extremely busy, New South Wales and then back into Queensland.
And the benefits of bringing this tournament, I'll call it a tournament, is it a tournament or a cup?
Well, it's
tournament?
Pro-Am. Yep.
You're talking netball language here, so sorry if my technology isn't quite as sharp.
That's fine.
The benefits of coming into this environment for the local clubs. Tell us a little bit about what the benefits are, because, these clubs would just be absolutely thrilled to have a world-class tournament being held in their environment.
Yeah, I believe they are. Look, most clubs look forward to having us.
Absolutely.
When you look at the profile of our tour and the quality of the players out there, people such as Roger Davis, Mike Harwood, Peter Senior, Peter Fowler.
Absolutely.
Very, very competitive, but household names in Australian golf, at least for our generation. The younger generation, not so sure. They don't know who they are.
We're pretty young still.
We are, and our demographic, I think it suits the golfing demographic generally, because most of the golfers in club golfers have grown up with the names of the Legends Tour.
Absolutely.
Exactly, and they can relate to them, and an opportunity to come out and play with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is a lot of the members look forward to that, or even just coming out to watch them play and see how they ply their trade.
Oh, I agree. I think one of the big things that we acknowledge here is sponsorship for the sport. That's a really big one.
It is.
I know for the sports show in particular, sponsorship's really important to keep the show running.
Yes.
And for sponsorship for the Legends Tour,
absolutely.
the Pan Am.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, the clubs can make a little bit of money for themselves out of the day as well.
Yeah.
We jokingly say if you've been short of rain, hold a Legends Pro-Am.
Absolutely.
Look at this. Yesterday was perfect, and
today we've got this.
Today we've got this.
You never know in Adelaide. It could be like this. I live in the hills, and generally this time of year you're going to get a little bit of this.
Yes.
This is probably a bit windier than ever, but like I said, it's a bit of a challenge.
It's funny, the number of times we go somewhere they haven't had rain for weeks, and we turn up and it rains on the day. It's just Murphy's Law.
I think what I'd love to know, and maybe you can share with the viewers, is a little bit about life on the touring environment, because you spoke to me off camera around what does it look like, the touring party, life in the day of what it looks like. Give us a bit of an idea.
Well, sometimes it's not pretty. People say, we're living the dream, but sometimes the nightmare turns up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's a core group of us who travel around from event to event. Motorhomes, motorhomes and camper vans, etc.
So I'm just going to lead in, because my netball knowledge is not quite across golf as well. Performance analysis, do we do that in golf? Like studying your opposition and learning how you can have the edge in a competitive world. Is that a part of golf? What does it look like?
Yeah, golf,
or is it just
not so much. It's such an individual game.
Okay. But you must do that individually? Have a look at
look, you know what, I love being able to tee it up, even if it's in a practice round with the guys like Harwood and Fowler and that, and to see how they actually break a golf course down and how they play.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for so long and they're so good at it.
Yep.
You know, they're very happy to share their knowledge as well. You know, I've asked Mike a million questions and Peter the same.
Good.
Peter Senior's the same, very good with his, you know, his assistants and information.
Wanting to share the information and knowledge.
But every day you come out, I learn something new.
Yeah.
You know, you watch someone do something and you thought, oh wow, you know. But then again, you know, it's a very introspective sort of thing. Like your own performance, we're all critical of ourselves, and we'll always come off the golf course. And it's human nature, or particularly in golf, that you walk off the golf course and you will always be dwelling on the fact you could have done better.
Yeah, I think I learned that. I actually did some lessons after I did a little bit of golf last year, and I know it's never at your standard, nothing at all. But one of the biggest things I found about golf was walking around, you had a lot of thinking time, and you actually overanalyze internally quite a bit with golf, because unlike some of the quicker sports on court where the reaction time is point something of a second, we only get to analyse after the event. For you, there's this self-analysing the whole way through, and particularly have a bad shot, then consistently that message to the brain is, so I'm always interested in how you approach it.
You've got to try and stay out of your own way.
Do you?
If you overthink it, you're going to have too much. You're going to have too much going on in the head. You know, they say the guys who play the best out there aren't thinking too much when we're hitting the ball. So, you know, keeping out of your own way is a big thing.
Yeah, I bet. I don't like using the word development when we talk about elite sport or high performance sport, but there is a component to bringing that next generation through and looking forward to what legacy you leave as you move out of the sport. And you're not there yet, by the way. You've still got a long way to go. But it is important also, whilst you're moving through this tour, that this is the standard that you set for the next legends coming through, and that's really important.
Look, I think it's the level of professionalism that you see from a lot of the guys who are already out there and been doing this for so long.
Absolutely.
You know, you're following in the footsteps of guys like, as I said, you know, Roger Davis particularly. Roger was he was an instigator in getting this tour moving and developing this tour. You know, the younger guys coming through are obviously going to reap the rewards of the work,
of the hard work
of these guys that have gone before them. You know, one of the biggest things I think is that the pathway is not defined very. It's not isolated, you know, to one pathway. You've got guys on the tour out here now who have come through golf, so traineeships when they were young, and all they've done is play golf. You've got club professionals who've you know, got to the age of 50 and decided they want to go and play a bit more golf rather than be stuck in the pro shop. You then have the amateurs, you know, people who've worked until their late 40s, early 50s, and then gone through the Q school. So you're arriving on the Legends Tour, there's a few different ways you can get there. Myself, I went through the Q school, and you know, and I've loved every moment I've been out here since then. This is my fourth year out here. So I'm having a great time.
Shane, it's been a pleasure. I mean, there's so many questions I could ask you. It's just been a great pleasure. Good luck today.
Thank you.
You shouldn't need it.
I hope not.
You'll be fine.
Always got your fingers crossed.
But it's been a pleasure to talk to you today. And thank you very much. We'll see you straight after the break.